Hello, my name is Kathryn and I coordinate the exchange here at Seed Savers Exchange. And today I'm really excited because I get to tell you all about this, which is the exchange, the program I coordinate here. The exchange is our gardener to gardener seed swap. So the exchange is available online at exchange.seedsavers.org. What I'm holding up right here is the print edition of the exchange, which we call the yearbook. The yearbook is published annually, and if you stick through the entirety of this video, you can learn how you can access the 2021 yearbook. So you can see here, this is a lot of seed. Within this 2020 edition of our yearbook, we have over 400 participants sharing over 20,000 varieties of fruits, vegetables, herbs, flowers, and grains. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how the exchange grew to be this amazing, living, breathing collaboration for gardeners to share their homegrown seeds. And then why and how you can get involved in the exchange as well. So to begin talking about the exchange, I'm actually gonna go back in time a couple decades. So in 1975, our co-founders, Kent Whaley and Diane Otwhaley, found themselves to be the sole stewards for some family heirloom seeds. Those two seeds were Grandpa Ott's Morning Glories and German Pink Tomato. And these were seeds that had been in Diane's family for multiple generations and had even been stewarded not only in the United States, but originally in Bavaria, where her family had immigrated from. So when Diane and Kent found themselves to be the only stewards of these seeds that were very important to their families, they knew that they needed to do something to preserve these seeds for perpetuity. Today, Seed Savers Exchange, as you maybe know, is the largest non-governmental seed bank of its kind. We have over 20,000 varieties of seeds stored within our seed bank here in Decorah, Iowa. But when Diane and Kent were discussing what to do in 1975, they weren't thinking, let's start a huge seed bank. Instead, they just wanted people to be able to share the seeds that were important to them. And so what did they do? They started the exchange. So in 1975, the exchange looked like this. It was just 3 pieces of paper stapled together. There were 29 gardeners that became involved, just offering to share seeds that were important to them. And I always like to read kind of the opening that Kent wrote here in the very first edition of the exchange, which is called The True Seed Exchange, the first year. So he wrote, "The true seed exchange is a reality, a small one, but at least it's off the ground. There are 29 of us now from all over the country and Canada. At first, I was rather disappointed in the response, but I'll just have to be patient." So I think that is fascinating because, 29 participants in the very first year of a program, I think is great. But the fact that, Kent wanted larger participation showed kind of how he believed how important saving these heirloom seeds were and how much more still needed to be done. So just a couple years later, in the 3rd edition of the True Seed Exchange, it has a really nice binding. We have gardeners organized in here by state. We have one individual offering a cantaloupe from Iran. Another individual here from Massachusetts is offering old-time carrot varieties. and a large disease-resistant, locally developed cucumber. So they didn't even have a name for this cucumber yet, but it's something that they grow and they love and they want to share it. So they decided to put it in this seed exchange. And if you fast forward about a decade to 1987, we are now called Seed Savers Exchange, and this is the winter yearbook. You can see it has grown pretty tremendously in just a little over a decade. And Kent actually wrote in here that this book is now 256 pages, complete with just gardeners sharing their favorite seeds. And at this point, he doesn't think it can become larger than 256 pages because this is the maximum number of pages that their stapler could staple to create this book. But continue to grow, it has, and it still continues to grow. So today, our yearbook looks like this. As I mentioned, it's about 500 pages. We have over 400 individuals offering to share their homegrown seeds. And I had mentioned that's over 20,000 varieties. I think an even more amazing statistic is that of those 20,000 within the exchange, over 15,000 are unique, meaning they're only being offered by one person. Within the exchange, we have folks that are interested in vegetables, fruits, and flowers. The most, or the largest proportion of this book, I should say, is from here to here. So a big bulk of our book, this is all tomatoes. So unique tomatoes that have regional adaptations, come in all different colors and flavors and sizes and growth habits. Also within this book, we have flowers, which only encompasses about this much. We also have herbs. So not as many herbs. I'm a really big fan of culinary herbs. So I'm trying to get better at saving my own herbs so that we can really bulk up this section of the exchange. We also have folks offering grains. So this includes heirloom barleys, wheat, things like that, and fruit as well. So this book is not limited to seed, only seed. We have a sizable apple collection in here, folks that are offering scion wood from trees, fruit trees, or cuttings from bushes, different things like that. So you can see that even though this is, a large book, we know that there is more diversity out there than is currently within these pages. We know there are more flowers out there that we would love to have folks like you sharing on the exchange. So when I started here at Seed Savers Exchange, I was able to speak with Diane, one of our co-founders, and she stressed to me that, the exchange is the heart of the organization. And how I choose to interpret that is, Seed Savers Exchange is a seed bank. We thank you so much for supporting us, either by purchasing our seed or by becoming a member of Seed Savers Exchange or donating something that is important to you, to our collection. But we are one organization. The exchange this is you. These are gardeners from across the country and the world that are doing the work in their homes, their gardens, their farms, growing seed and saving it, adapting it to their region and growing it year after year so it can continue to adapt to climate change, things like that. So this is where, you know, the real preservation work is happening. And so we are so thankful to the gardeners out there that are keeping seed preservation alive and sharing their seeds through the exchange. So I mentioned that this is the yearbook, the print version of the exchange. We have this available for members of Seed Savers Exchange. So you could become a member at the $50 level or higher if you would like to acquire one of these books. Any individual, any gardener that is offering their own seed within the exchange gets a copy of this book. And then we'll also have them available to purchase on our website later this year in about November or so. But so this book is only one way to access the exchange. We also have an online platform. And I know this screen doesn't show up super great on this video, but you can visit the exchange online for free. Anybody can create an account on the exchange to begin browsing. It's exchange.seedsavers.org. If you have visited our regular website to purchase seeds in the past, that website is seedsavers.org. And there's a link right at the top of the page where you can click on Exchange. So if we look around on here, we have the ability to search for different things. So here I searched for flowers, and one benefit of the website versus the book is that we have some individuals that are sharing pictures of their varieties. So this is a really beautiful black Barlow columbine flower that an individual is offering. Part of my position coordinating the exchange here is I help folks update their listings each year. Participants who are listing seeds need to update their information every year so that this website and this book are always up to date. And just within the past week or so, I've spoken to a woman who is sharing a seed for Romano type 2 beans that have been in her family for 4 generations. So we have an heirloom bean available here. I talked to a lister who has been participating in this program for over 20, going on 30 years now. And we talked about skirret, which he's offering tubers from skirret, which is an old time perennial vegetable crop that grows these long, kind of gnarly fingers under the ground, long, thin tubers that have a really great kind of parsnip flavor. And we discussed how, you know, skirret is an old time vegetable that was popular in Roman times, but kind of difficult to get now. And so he's continuing to offer that every single year and hoping that more people get into perennial vegetable gardening. And then one other interesting conversation I had just this past week was with an individual who owns another nonprofit organization committed to seed saving and seed preservation. And he is growing over 100 varieties every year and trying to adapt them to his climate, but also so that they'll grow well in some other countries that he does international development work in. So he's trying to develop varieties that are also going to grow in a couple places in Africa and Latin America. So really amazing people participating in the exchange. So how can you get involved in the exchange? And first, I want to tell you the most important way to get involved in the exchange is to share your seeds. We believe that if you're growing a fruit or a vegetable and saving the seeds from that variety, and it's something that you care deeply about, then it belongs within this book. It belongs on the exchange so that other gardeners can grow it and experience it and enjoy it. We understand that, seed saving is a skill that can take time to build. So if you're working on kind of honing your seed saving skills and don't yet feel comfortable sharing your own seed on the exchange, we've been putting out a lot of educational videos and things just this past year. So, take time to dive deep into seed saving and learn, or watch some videos, do some reading, and you can become connected to seed saving, which is a skill that humans have had to have as long as we've had agriculture. We've had to be saving seeds to continue to garden every year. So first way to get involved is to save seeds and offer your seeds on the exchange. The second way is that you can request seeds from the exchange. So you can access the exchange, as I mentioned, at exchange.seedsavers.org, or you can acquire the print version, the yearbook, which will be available on our website starting in November, where you can become a member of Seed Savers Exchange to access a copy of the yearbook. So thank you for staying tuned for this video. If you have any questions about how to access the exchange, how to offer your own seeds, we have a contact us form online that you can fill out and send questions to me. And I am glad to help you offer your seeds through the exchange. So thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in.